Hello, I'm Jim Self, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm here with Steve Rother. And Steve and I are going to work together to kind of navigate this adventure of sitting on the park bench creating a new realm of consciousness. So, Steve, good morning. Nice to see you.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for being with us here today.
Yeah, this
Magical
is
time.
exciting. So, I thought we could talk about our roles and how we sit with everybody on this park bench and what we kind of bring to this to help navigate the creation of this new realm of consciousness. Because this transition that we're in, you and I've talked about this often, is really moving very rapidly from kind of one state of consciousness to another. And this other is now in such a transitional phase that what humanity thinks into the possibilities is what's going to basically be laid out in the next round of our human existence. So let's talk a little bit about how you are going to bring in some of this conversation. I know you've been talking about the new human in lots of ways, but
We've been the group's been talking about quite a few things about the next stage of our evolution. I'm sure that we have a lot in common with that because you've been doing this park bench before, so this is not new. This is something you guys have been doing for a while, and it fits right in with what we've been doing with the group's work because they keep talking about this next level that we need to go to, and be able to live up there. For us to be able to go up there and just experience it, even for short times, is kind of my vision of what we have the capabilities of doing here. To be able to take people and have them experience a higher vibration, even for an hour, a couple of hours, whatever it turns out to be. Because what will happen, I think, is that every time we experience some of that, even though they go back into their third dimensional or low fifth dimensional bodies and back into their world, they take some of that with them. So
yeah.
every time we do this, we basically raise the vibration a little bit of everybody in some of these. So it can be very magical in that way. That's what my vision is, to create that
Yeah.
space. And
Yeah.
you're excellent at this.
Yeah, very consistent with, where this is all moving. I think one of the places that we're going to get to play is what we're watching is it's as if the curtains are being pulled back. And all of a sudden, you're beginning to see a different perspective that allows you to understand what we have been doing and where we're going to be going. And it's as if this park bench is really all about building a new platform. It's almost the ability to recognize you don't have to do this the way you've been doing it anymore.
Right.
Step over here. Just kind of step over here. And there's ease and joy and well being and kindness and gratitude and graciousness. And that's the state of being that you live from your heart in.
That's
And
the
this is a
higher.
whole new opportunity to build a realm, build that platform. And that's what this Park Bench project is all about, the building the impossible into possibility.
Well, it's a great way for people to leave the lower energies there because we're so wrapped up in all the division that we have going on, all the finger pointing, the things that take place here, all the ups and downs, the goods, the bads, the indifference, all the challenges with that. Most of that does not exist up here. And that's the
It doesn't
beautiful part.
exist. Yeah, it doesn't exist at all. You can't take your baggage with you,
It's the
and
illusion.
fear doesn't exist in this fifth dimensional state. Now, that's a hard thing to get your head around because
Yes.
all we know is what we know. But as you begin to play on this park bench, and two or more are gathered, and I should say, we're starting on July 14th, the first session, and we're already have almost 2,000 people signed up to come and play here. So that level of co-creation, beginning to have an intention, creating a possibility, is really what this is all about. And I'm watching where we're playing for so long. I think many of the people you play with and I, it's you can't take your baggage. So we've been working very diligently on cleaning out the I'm not okay. But as you begin to step more fully into this octave, this upgraded space of where this consciousness exists, you don't have to work so much on I'm not okay. It just simply begins to be a new state of being. I'm in well-being, co-creation. So I'm excited about what's possible and where this is all going to go.
I am too. I think that's a beautiful way to put it. Now, letting go of that is the difficult part. Letting go of the all of your attachments to the challenges, the attachments that we have to our daily life and the daily struggles that we go through and so forth. But you're absolutely right. Getting rid of that I'm not okay, allowing yourself to release and just step up, because there's no judgment up here.
Yes.
It's a beautiful way to step up. We just step up and exist in a whole different place. And I think it's very magical, and I think we can do a lot of spreading the light with this. I really do.
Yeah, and where I see this is a mechanical process. This isn't a hopeful meditation where you come and sit and
Correct.
think about what it could be like in the future. This is about creating a present time experience to begin to enjoy and step into. Now, one of the things that happens here is really, can you believe? It's really Peter Pan, believe you can step into this space. And we're so attuned to that electromagnetic field of the thoughts we hold, and then I'm not okay slams right in as an emotion, and it creates this electromagnetic field. In this octave, in this elevated space that we're playing up from this park bench, that electromagnetic field is reduced significantly.
Right.
So the ability to begin to believe and feel and trust that I'm okay is going to be something that in that space you experience it, and then you go back to your everyday experience.
That's it.
But you're taking this with you this time. It's not over there someday, hopefully we'll do that. It's now. You're doing it now.
That's correct.
And and you're doing it with thousands of other people co-creating. And that's what the park bench is all about.
That's a magical point, and with repetition, because we're not just going to do it once. We're going to do it on a regular basis. We're not sure how long we're going to do it yet. We'll get our guidance as to where that's going to go. We're not going to put a number on it, but I think with a little repetition, we'll be able to really anchor some of this higher vibrational energy on planet Earth for people to use. And with just a little bit of work, they'll be able to anchor that, like you said, in their daily lives. When they come back in, they take just a little bit more of it each time. And then pretty soon, your spouse says, something's going on with you, or something's changing with you. And they start to notice the differences at that point. That's the magical point.
And we don't want to make it burdensome either. So doing it twice a month on a Sunday, and you and I will alternate doing the sessions so that basically people will get a different flavor each time. And I know you channeling the group, they've got a lot to say about how this new human is evolving. And so I'm excited to what you bring to the park bench in this context.
We'll probably actually do live channels. I leave that up to the group. And many times I don't actually know what they're going to do until we actually start doing it, because many times they will change it on me. But the reality is we want to take people to a level where they can experience this, where they can let go, where they can rejuvenate, where they can really find that higher vibrational energy, and then send them off with, like you said, a piece of that to take home with them, to new tools and so forth to be able to do that. And we do work differently. You create a very magical space with your words and how you create space for people to walk into and change and experience things. And I basically I do something similar, but in a different way with the group. So it should be very complimentary. Well, for years we've had students go back and forth and tell us, I came from Jim's, or I came from Steve's, and we went back and forth quite a bit. So we know we're very similar just from that process. And we've also worked together many times. So that's been really joyous too.
Yeah, and I think it's important for people to understand that this is a transition. You're going from something to something else. And transitions are always choppy and chaotic. And in a way, that's the advantage because all of a sudden the agreements of how it has been are no longer in place. So the ability to adjust and move something begins to be more possible in this
Right.
situation. But one of the pieces that is really important is this third dimensional reality in this transition is going to get noisier and it's going to get disruptive. And it is very magnetic. Anger and resentment and power over the game of third dimension is very attractive. I resist it, but I get what I resist. And so that park bench is going to be about how do I walk through the seams of all this,
Right.
walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil, kind of wherever that statement was placed somewhere. It's the ability to begin to see it, but not fall into it.
Right.
And I think that's what this park bench is going to create, some level of stability for people to observe and then choose differently.
No, I'm very excited about it. I think it's a culmination of a lot of the work that both of us have been doing independently, and I love the fact that we're just opening this up free of charge. We want to bring people in to experience a difference, to be able to create a community basically of light, a community of people walking in a higher vibration. That's just that's very exciting.
Yeah, and community is kind of the magic word. People want community. They want to belong. They
Right.
want to remember. They want to feel that enjoyment in the heart. And that's what sitting on this park bench is all about. So let's just extend an invitation to all of you who are hearing this for the first time. Invite your friends. It's free. It's going to continue for a period of time. And my thinking is it's got to go through the end of the year to kind of smooth through all this transition, but we'll play at it and see. So come play with us.
We have a lot of transition. We have a lot of transition to go through. You're right. That's great. Good. Well, good. Welcome. I'm very honored to be a part of this. Thanks for inviting me, Jim. We'll create some magic together this time. And welcome to everybody. Please come join us. Come try it on. See how it fits for you.
Exactly. Come and play.
Good.
We look forward to seeing you on the 14th of July. Blessings.